Yo, 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 yo. All right. I am truly sorry for the late start. I blame that on, well, hello. Hopefully, people can hear me. I will have to check all the streams to make sure they're okay. So bear with me. I get the streams going. Let's see. Check, 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 check. Check in, check, check, check. Check, 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 check. Cool. One last thing I have to do. Do things working. But anyways, if you're here, cool. Thank you for joining me. I will be streaming. My name is Rodney. I'll be streaming from my personal accounts all the rest of this week, from today to 12 to 6 ish. And then on Saturday, I'll stream for like 12 hours. We'll just be playing a variety of games. Just gonna be here playing a bunch of different games. Maybe do some just chatting. Maybe tell some stories, depending on what people want to do. Or granted, I understand that I don't have a huge following personally on my Twitch channel or my YouTube channel. Well, yeah. So I do have collectively a good, good reach. Good but reach. Me, personally, good but it's just it's good but let's see, why am I getting an echo? That's why. Okay, so Tiltify page. Interesting. So I've used Tiltify before. I had set one up for last year's autism charity, but we ended up switching to basically going directly to the actual charity instead of using Tiltify. Let's see. Let's close that out. Let's close that out. Close that out. Close that out. Yep. I know. Exciting stream, right? Anyways, yes, the biggest thing was always I was going to be, yeah, I wanted to do this. I wanted to be able to do something to help the cause. And the cause is Black Lives Matter. Obviously, a lot of things have happened in the last, week and a half. It's just been constant protests and people calling for real systemic change. I have a lot of the health issues that put me into the high risk categories of if I get COVID, I will have a very hard time of it. If not, I'll probably not survive it. I think a lot of people are confused, thinking. Even my brother texted me yesterday asking me, why I keep saying that I'm in high risk. Like, do I get high risk as if like I can get it easily or more easy than other people? Like, no. What I mean is that if I do get it, that I probably more likely will have a very, very, very hard time. And I have, they're learning more and more about the disease, and as they learn more and more about it, and just doing the research on the people that have had it and their symptoms and their struggles with it, more and more information comes out, and almost every time they have something new, there's also another indication of that I would have a hard time. So obviously, blood pressure, high blood pressure is one. I had asthma when I was a kid, so I've never ever had like really healthy lungs. I had a really really bad bout of bronchitis like 2 or 3 times, probably two or three times. Also, I'm vitamin D deficient, so one of the things that the doctors are finding out that the people with a vitamin D deficiency have some really, really hard times dealing with the thing. Another thing that the scientists are finding out is that scientists and doctors are finding out that, yes, it is a respiratory, it definitely attacks your respiratory system, but it's also more akin to a cardiovascular disease, because there are cases where people are just having strokes and dying from corona. So they're learning more and more about it. So it's basically, I say all that stuff to say that when all that stuff's happened, I've been in the house, I've been in my room. I haven't been doing stuff. I used to drive for Lyft, and I even signed up for Postmates before all this happened, and I was going to start doing that as well as like Lyft and everything. But my job, I got laid off from my job, and then all my freelance work dried up because nobody's shooting in person. And even if they were shooting in person, I wouldn't go. And then the other thing that has happened is, Lyft is just too dangerous. And not only that, like the demand dropped. I mean, even before all this happened, like the weekend, the two or three weekends before everything started really, really happening, you could just tell a lot of people weren't flying. I was getting less and less rides, and it was definitely, you could tell it was having its effect even before the shutdowns. So there was the last weekend I actually drove for Lyft. I had like 2 or 3 passengers that were just like, I don't know. I think they might have had it. I don't know, but they just, it was just really risky. And I just, you're sitting in the car for like 45 minutes with somebody, breathing the same air, all that stuff, right? And so now we know now we've learned a lot that it's very, very highly transmissible. So, of course, now with everything going on, Black Lives Matter and with George Floyd, they, so many people have been just taking to the streets and protesting, and they're trying to do it as safe as possible. I see a lot of people wearing masks, but still, it's a risk. It's a huge risk, right? So there are people already saying, I know, I read about this Oklahoma State football player, college player. He contracted corona right after he attended a protest. So it's very important. People are seeing that they're willing to risk their lives for a cause that has been from the very beginning of the United States, the birth of the United States, of fighting systemic racism, right? And in this case, it's manifests the most in police brutality that's been going on and on. So I've decided, and I've always wanted to do something for it, but I can't. I can't go out. I mean, there's times I go out. I just go out to get food, go get gas or whatever supplies. For the most part, I can't. I can't. I can't go into large crowds. I went to Costco once with my brother. And man, I had so much anxiety. I had so much anxiety. I had a mask on, of course. Everybody in Costco had a mask because Costco requires everybody to have a mask. But we were there on a day. It was like a Tuesday or Wednesday. And even then, man, it was just like, it was crazy. It was just like nobody. There was a lot of people on a Tuesday. And it was just like, dude, I just had so much anxiety. Yeah. All right. Let me try to get this other thing fixed. And I'm getting a call from my cousin.
I have many lucky doos. You like? Farewell, friend of the Grummles.
All right, we're back onto the main thing. All right, I'm trying to get this chat thing working where you can see all the chat. Let's see, time. Let's see. Yeah, sorry about that. My cousin called. So yeah, probably be playing Valorant a little bit later, but I just definitely wanted to get my WoW in before, because Tuesdays are the reset. And so Tuesdays is basically in WoW is the beginning of the week, and you get to basically get new gear if you had done raiding or mythic raiding, which we do, which I do with Earl, a lot. And then you can basically you get new gear from a chest, and then
I am looking forward to our negotiation.
you get these currency that you can actually buy new gear too. But I don't think I have enough. Let's see, yeah, I don't have enough. I have to save. I have to wait one more week. See if I can disenchant some stuff. Alright, so I got a junkyard, 12 key. So I have all of these. Do I get rid of So what can I scrap? Let's scrap that. Not that. That. Not that. Not that. This one. Hold on to that for now. Alright. So I'm streaming, but also trying to figure out all this other stuff. I know there's an overlay where you can, because I'm streaming you Restream, using Restream.io. So I'm streaming simultaneously to Facebook, YouTube, and Facebook. No, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I also want to install an overlay in which you can actually see all the chat in my stream. And so I'm trying to get that up and going. So, because obviously I can't have all three windows open. I guess I could, but obviously, and right now, like nobody's watching, so it's fine. Hopefully we build over the week, and that's fine too. If nobody watches, whatever. I wanted to do this for myself. I'm going to do this for myself because I want to do something for the cause. You know, I just talked to my cousin. He's like, "Yeah, how do people raise money by just playing video games?" And I'm like, "Well, everybody does. It's just a thing." He's like, "Yeah, it's just not my world. It's not his world." But yeah, I mean, last year we raised over $1,000 for autism. Dr. Lupo. I mean, all these big name streamers. They do charity streams and they raise a lot of money. I'm not saying I'm them. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying it's an avenue. It's a platform. And it's something I want to do. Let's see. You see on my the Tuesdays are the busiest day. Like everybody's logged in, right? Because they got new gear, they got new stuff, and everybody's like, "There's new stuff for you to do." Right now, no, I want to go to the bank. Right now, there's this thing called Assaults, where it's basically preparing for the new expansion, Shadowlands. This guy Nazoth is attacking from the Shadowline, from the other worlds, it's almost like an upside down world. And then each of these like two different areas that are corrupted, and you have to like fight off the invasion or the assault. And then when you do that, you get these things called coalescing visions. This right here, coalescing visions, and then coalescing visions allows you to go into a single person or group person instance where you go essentially the upside down world and you try to clear it. It's basically a dungeon, so you beat all the bosses, and if you do it, if you clear the whole thing, you get really good, either you get a chance at really good gear, or you get a bunch of different rewards, and then you actually will complete quests in there, and then you can actually upgrade your cape. So you have this cape, so you have different. So right now, this cape here is at rank 15. So each time when you first start, you do this really long quest, and then you actually get the cape, and then from there you start doing the visions, and then from there, each time you complete a quest inside that vision, you get another rank. So mine is rank 15. It's the highest, but then now what you do when you do it is you get more corruption resistance. So, and the new dynamic that they did just this last patch, which is leading up to the new expansion, Shadowlands, is they introduced corrupted gear. So I'm like really still, even now, even though I've come back and it's been a few months now, and it's probably like 9 months now that I've come back to playing WoW, that I'm still learning. The game has changed so much from the days where like I was fucking, playing hardcore. So the game has totally changed. And so one of the things that I had to learn was the way they did gear. So before, you just get gear, you go into a dungeon, kill a boss, and then you have like gears, and you have like sets. Depending on what raid, depending on what dungeon, there's these different sets, and you can like collect all these different sets. Well, one of the things that they introduced before I got back was Azerite gear. So Azerite gear is, so you have two things. You have this Heart of Azeroth, and it's the same dynamic. You basically get this neck, and then you keep working on in the neck. That particular neck item, called the Heart of Azeroth, you level that, so you don't have to, like before this, you would actually get drops for neck pieces. There'd be drops all over the world, loot. But now it's like you get this, and then you just constantly level that up. And then within that, you have all these Azerite traits, like, and you would like put it on. It's essentially called essences. And so you have different essences that give you different abilities, different passive abilities. So for instance, my main one is the essence of focusing iris. It basically shoots this like really powerful beam out, and it's just like just kills, like it just like does so much damage in front of like whoever is in front of that beam. Yeah, so there's all these different ones that you can put, mix, match, all these things, right? So there was that, and then another thing was you had Azerite gear. So you have three, essentially your head, shoulders, and chest. And each of those Azerite gear pieces also gave you new abilities or traits or, stats. So right now I'm a demon hunter, and my demon hunter, the best trait to have is Furious Gaze. The demon hunter has an ability where it shoots an eye beam similar to the focusing of iris beam, where it just kills, it just does so much damage in front of whoever is in front of that beam. So I have basically two beams. So yeah, there's that. And so the Azerite gear, but you only get like 3 or 4. So you would get these drops off mythic dungeons and also through a chest. So the mythic dungeons, the way it worked was back in the day when you would run a dungeon, you would basically, you get 5-man people. You go run the dungeon, you get the loot. It's all based on luck. You kill the boss, and then the loot comes up, and then it's just based on like who, like it's just luck. It's it's a roll of dice. What kind of loot drops, what the loot is for, so a lot of times, back in the day when I played super hardcore, we would run dungeons all the time. Just so many different dungeons, 5-man dungeons, right? And then we would also run the 10-man dungeons, and then you'd run raids, which were 40 people at that time. So there's that. So then that is one of the things. But now with the change, and I didn't even know when it changed, because like I said, I stopped playing a long time ago, and then I came back, and then I had to learn all this stuff. It's the Azerite gear falls from the dungeons, the 5-man dungeons, but they also introduced this dynamic where each dungeon had like a difficulty level on its scale. So there was like normal, and then there was like heroic, or I'm probably getting all this wrong, but there was like normal, and then there's mythic, and then there was mythic plus. So let's say you would run a dungeon. So the dungeon would be Freehold, for instance, is one of the best ones, and you would run that, and then depending on, you get these keys. So I have this key right here, and it's called, and it allows you to run a certain thing. So right now, this is Keystone, Operation Mechagon, Junkyard, Mythic level 12. So if I have that key, that means I can run a Mythic level 12 Junkyard dungeon. In there, because so depending on your level, depending all that stuff, you actually get drops, you get loot drops in there, but then you also have a thing called the chest, weekly chest. And depending on what you cleared, depending on how you cleared it, you get a chance at loot that would come every Tuesday. And so jokingly, we call it Merry Chestmas, because every Tuesday you'd log in, and that's when you would know what you got if you had completed a mythic dungeon during the week. And sometimes you get really good gear, sometimes you don't. So it's also luck, right? I've gotten some pretty good gear. And then I started playing because started coming back and playing with friends, right? So I played Jonathan with Earl. That was the only way I was going to come back. And they pushed hard and hard. They kept asking me to come back. And finally I gave in. I Actually, I think I remember. I remember exactly when I gave in. Sorry, I haven't eaten yet, so I'm just gonna eat on stream too. I remember exactly when I gave in. We were helping Jen move, and we were having lunch. We were having lunch with her because she was thanking us for helping us her move, and I went and just bought the game on my phone while we were sitting there. I was like, fine, okay, fuck, finally, I just like totally finally gave in. So, whenever that was, what date was that? And then yeah, I started playing, and then yeah. Alright. I gotta text my brother. Says my camera looks stretched horizontally, and that is true. Let's fix that. Yeah, so it's interesting, right? It's this whole other world that we're in, right? And like my cousin, he called me, he asked me what I was doing. I told him what I was doing. He didn't quite understand it, you know. He's not just sort of in tune with, and it's just kind of foreign to him that like people would play games and raise money, but it happens. Right? And I had to remind him. I was like, "Yo, you were there. You saw my 24-hour live stream. It's the same thing, you know." And he's like, "Oh, okay, yeah." So it's interesting, right? To sort of see. Yeah. So I'm basically explaining sort of the dynamics. And I remember, like, yeah, I mean, that's a whole other story. And if, like, we raise some money, I'll probably tell some stories. I'm going to put some more incentives down on the list as we go along. Tiltify was giving me problems this morning, so I couldn't really. That's why another reason why I was late. It was giving me problems. I couldn't get it set up correctly. And then another thing, reason why it's just like I haven't been able to sleep lately. And normally, yeah, my body clock has adjusted horribly to quarantine, and I go to bed around like almost 6 o'clock in the morning and wake up around like 2. So this is actually me waking up early, but I tried to sleep last night and I tried to get some sleep, but I couldn't. Got a lot on my mind. Obviously, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world, and so it's yeah. The last basically week, I haven't been able to sleep, and it's been a problem. Yeah, and then last night I tried. We meet Earl and Arnold. We had a Zoom drink time. So got a little buzzed, a little drunk, and that might have been another reason why. But usually when I get drunk, I get sleepy and I'm able to fall asleep. But I don't know, for some reason I couldn't this last night. All right, so I'm just kind of here. What I'm gonna do. Let's do assaults. So that's the Azerite gear. Azerite gear, you get through Mythic Plus dungeons. So when I came back, I told Jonathan and all those guys, I was like, and Earl, they understood. They're all hardcore WoW players, or like, or at least used to be. So they understand like how WoW can be very addicting, and um, how WoW can be very addicting. I mean, and again, maybe I'll put that into.
Hello. Jade, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna add some incentives, and I think one of the incentives is I'm gonna talk about like my WoW addiction. Just kind of be very vulnerable about it. Not now. I'm talking about before. I'm not addicted to WoW now. I'm for sure not addicted to WoW, compared to what it was before. We'll talk more about that. I'll make that as an incentive. Like I said, we got now until Saturday, so we got plenty of time to do stuff. And this is just day one, and literally just the first 30 minutes. So let's not blow our load, right? Blow our load. No. So when I came back, I told them, look, dude, I can't raid. I can't do all that stuff. I just don't have time. And also not just time. I'm just afraid. Really, very real afraid. Apprehensive about getting addicted again, right? Where WoW would take over my life and sort of just create chaos in my own personal life. And I was just like, no, I can't. So, and they would always tell me, and they're like, no, the game's changed. You don't really have to do this. So, and it has. So a lot of these things you can just log in. That's why I think a lot of people come in on Tuesday. You can do like one day out of the week, and then pretty much do all the things you need to do in WoW for your progression of your character. Yeah. So if you schedule it right, like technically, like I do log in at least once a day to do a few things here and there, but like there's only really one day out of maybe 2 days out of the week where I have to do any kind of like real sort of quests and things that will basically help with progression. So right now, one of the things, like I said before, is like you do the mythic. So we run our mythics usually like on a Friday or Saturday night. It used to be Monday nights, but then Monday nights became Pinky night. So we switched to sometime in the weekend. So now it's like Friday or Saturday. Sometimes it was a Sunday, and just because of like all our schedules are so like late oriented, like we're all kind of like half of us are like vampires. We run things like pretty late at night, like 10 o'clock, past 10.
These upstart clans seek
And
to
then,
seize the veil for themselves.
So, and then now, again, this next new thing is corrupted gear. So these items here are corrupted, right? So you have your legs, you get some gloves, or you get bracers are corrupted. Some of your weapons can be corrupted. So essentially corrupted means like they have these abilities. So for instance, this new fist weapon that I just got from a raid, it says equip your attacks have a chance to lash your target with a living tentacle, dealing 24,155 shadow damage, ensnaring them by 30% for 6 seconds. That's really, really buff. It's probably one of the best weapons in the game, and I just got it. I'll tell you that story later, too. It's pretty funny, actually. And then, but it also has plus 25 corruption. So with corruption, what happens is it's basically a debuff. You have all these things that happen to you at different levels. So right there, it says grasping tendrils at level 1 corruption. Taking damage has a chance to reduce your movement speed for 5 seconds. The magnitude of the snare increases with a further corruption. So the drawback, so there's always a drawback. So on one hand, you get this weapon that's like does a lot of damage. It's really, really buff. On the other side of it is it adds to your corruption. And at certain levels of corruption, you basically are, they're negative effects to you and your character, right? So right now I'm at 40 corruption. Actually, I have total corruption at 59. I have some resistance items. So the cape, that I was talking about earlier helps with like the resistance to your corruption. So right now my base corruption is 125, but I have 66 corruption resistance, so my total corruption is 59. So I'm gonna try to do some things to get that number down. So hopefully I get into the level 2, like the I have corruption 20 range. But right now my weapons that I have and the ones that have corruption, their bonus damage is just too freaking good. I don't want to give it up. So yeah, do not want to give up. But then to get these corrupted gears, you have to do these sort of daily quests and then also weekly quests. So right now it's called the Assault. So this area here is under assault by N'Zoth and his forces. So they're coming from the upside down world, coming into the real world, and so we're trying to fight that back. So this area, and then so this area is called Pandaria. We're in Pandaria, in the Vale. So this whole area right here with this purple border, inside here, there's all this corrupted stuff happening. So each week, a new invasion happens, and then once you clear that, so right here, bottom of my bottom right is objectives. Assault the warring clans, push back the Mogu forces. If you basically get this to 100%, that means you completed the assault. Then you fight a boss, a big elite boss, and then you get a reward. So if in that reward you get a cache, in that cache you get corrupted visions, you get echoes of Nalatha. So all these there's all this like currency that you use to like buy certain things, and so you get it. And then yeah, if it sounds like a job, it kind of is. You do all these things to basically get enough currency to buy stuff, and then once you get enough of that stuff, you can do other stuff. You know, so it's like there's a progression. That's the mechanic, and then the other thing is what you do is you can actually get good pieces, corrupted gear. And again, it's also RNG. It is it's based on luck. You never know what's going to pop up. So sometimes you'll get like really, really good pieces. I've gotten some really, really good pieces, but sometimes it's just like they're just basic. They're not really upgrade. And if you ever played any kind of like RPG or MMO, it's just like you just get better and better gear. You level up. You just do remember it's like the progression of things, right? You progress your character. But then you come here and you get all these like daily quests. So while you're doing the assault, you do these actual quests, and then you get to your extra coalescing visions. You use those coalescing visions to go into the upside down world and run that dungeon. They call it visions. So that's what I'm going to do today while I'm playing WoW. I might actually do a raid to Elvar, because that's actually pretty fun to watch. There's all these like new dynamics again. And I was resisting really, really hard to even do raids. With the way they do raids now, it's like you can actually do a raid with only 10 people. Back in the day, when I played when I was like super, super addicted, you used to have to like 40. You had to have 40 people playing, and you had to have 40 people playing, and it was just crazy because it was just like, try to get 40 people in a game or anything, just in life, man. Try to get 40 people right now, and you're just like in real life to do anything at the same time, and it was just like weekly. We had to do that. So we had a guild. We did all this stuff. Everything that kind of goes along with a guild. You're building up these people and this roster. If you've never played WoW or seen WoW, WoW has a bunch of add-ons that essentially helps your play. Tells you things, gives you indications. So if that's why there's just so much stuff on my screen, it's because it actually helps me play better. I got this.
Clan will
called KNL, like nameplates. So the default look of WoW, this little area was really, really small. And like some of these dungeons you're in, there's so many of these mobs. They're all clumped up, and it's really, really hard to know which one, you know, to target. And let's see, there used to be. They think they got rid of it. Yeah, they got rid of it. Right here, I used to do this right here because it's the assault. All these mobs would come just constantly. There was like this event, and they would just pour out. So I would literally just sit here for like maybe 10 minutes and just kill whatever came. And this thing would hit 100% within like 10 minutes. So it was a little exploitive, but it was there. Like, but I think they figured it out. They took it out of the game. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do this the hard way.
Armies will trample you.
So when I first came back too, I started playing Demon Hunter because before I quit, they had introduced not Demon Hunter, Death Knight. So before I left, before I quit the first 9 years ago, they had started introducing the Death Knight play game, and I always wanted to play one, and then. So I was like, okay, I'll come back, I'll play, and I'll create a Death Knight. So it was fun. Originally, it's a difficult class to learn. It's really good with like area of effect damage. But it was we had a pet. I used to have a lot. So see, this is the corruption. So yeah, it's interesting. So okay, I completed one quest, another one. Rogu statues destroyed. Let's go do that one. Yeah, and I remember coming back, and it was just like, wow. No pun intended. It definitely was easier in the sense of like getting gear. You didn't have to raid. You didn't have to do that. But the grindy aspects, where it's like you just have to do these things day after day. You have to farm certain things. You have to do all this stuff. So like a lot of things too. Like one of the things that I discovered was you couldn't fly right away. You had to do this really long set of like, you had to do an achievement, and the achievement is basically you had to do a set of, it was like a progression. You had to do all these different quests in a different order. It was just nuts. But not being able to fly in this game is so hard. It is so hard. So I was like, yo, I just grinded it out. And just grinded it out because I was like, man, I cannot not fly. It was too hard to not fly. And this game, like, you really, really hurt. You were really, really hurting. And so I was like, dude, I had to do this long ass quest, man, or just achievement, just to get the ability to fly in this latest expansion. So like I could fly in the older expansions, but this newest one I had to do. And then, of course, when the next expansion comes out, it's gonna be the same thing. was an achievement somehow. I don't know. There's a bunch of achievements. I think there's other things too that they added to the game so that people would, and then you have different rewards for some of these, but like you'll get like mounts, you'll get like other things, but it's for the most part it's just to have. I think people, because there's so many hardcore players that played, and they're just like, they need to give them something to work for. Like, essentially like giving hardcore people something to do. Man, it's these mobs are nothing. They are, they don't do any damage to me. I'm gonna mess with her too. I'm gonna say I'm gonna play. Let's see if let's get him in. Yeah, so it's interesting. It's fun. It's I will one of these days I'll make that as an incentive. I will tell some WoW addiction stories. I think I'll do WoW until about 3, and then I'll start playing Valorant at like 3. I think it's plenty of time. I'm getting a bunch of texts too. All right, so where was I? Yeah, let's just complete these assaults and then go from there. I need more statues. Yeah. So when I played back in the day, it was a bunch of reasons how I got started, and then how I got addicted, and all the things that like kind of went with that. And again, I said I'll make that incentive. If I hit that, I'll tell that story on stream. Where are these statues? Oh, there's one. But when it came back, it became, it mainly was like, yeah, it's for fun. It's definitely fun. Mainly. But then as I started going along, and of course, when quarantine happened, it became a comfort, right? It was like, hey, I can hang out with my friends, play WoW, online, do some stuff, and kind of just sort of forget about other things, right? In that small period of time, just, and had a lot of fun. Always had a lot of fun. I was learning the game, I was learning new dynamics. There's all these things to do, and I'm still learning. It's, like I said, the game has changed completely since the last time I played. And it's actually a lot more complex than when I used to play. And then just like even just the dungeon runs and the things you do in dungeons, like the way the game dynamics of the game of the dungeons are like hard now. It's really hard. And so you have to really, in the old WoW, you could just basically stand there. You can literally just stand there and beat on somebody, like on a boss or a mob. It's just like no big deal. Here, there's all these things like there's so many things you gotta do. You gotta interact with people. You can't stand in certain spots. I mean, it's pretty crazy. How much stuff you do. So it's like a constant learning experience. The thing on that too is, and so I guess the point of that story was when quarantine hit. Of course, all my issues with like employment happened because of COVID. You know, I lost all my money, lost all my streams of income, and you know, WoW's subscription service. It's $15 a month, and so there was a point where I couldn't pay anymore, and I was pretty bummed. Pretty bummed, man. And I think it was everything. It wasn't just like one thing, but it was just like on top of everything, quarantine. I can't do anything, can't work, and like, hey, at least I could play WoW or hang out with my friends online in a game. And even then, I couldn't do that, right? Even then, I couldn't do that, and I knew it was coming, and I just, during quarantine, everybody's like, you have to kind of remind yourself, like, what is it? Right? So I lost track of, like, when the subscription was going to end. And I went into login. We were supposed to do some stuff in the game with the fellas. And then I went to log in, and it was gone. I just said, like, yeah, your subscription is dead, right? And so we're just like, dude, I couldn't do anything. So it was a bummer. It was definitely a bummer, and it was just like on top of everything else. That was just like all this stuff, what's happening in the world, and like the grand scheme of things was silly to think, okay, to be bummed about nothing. It's more than that. Going to hang out with my friends, playing a game, doing things, and it was helping me cope. It was really, really helping me cope with a lot of different things. So yeah, it didn't happen, and then I don't know, I was cool with it. I was just like, yeah, and then making a post about it, and at the same time, you think, hey, look, in the grand scheme of things, this is not a big deal, and there's a lot more things going on in the world. I'm not asking for like everything. Just, this is kind of a bummer. And then I woke up a few days later and I got an email from them saying that they essentially bought me some game codes. So my old boss is calling. Alright, hold on. I gotta
The stones obey our command. Breakable flesh. Our clan unbreakable. Our armies will trample you. The Sun Tien are endless. I will drain your essence.
Alright, sorry about that. The world goes on. Yeah. So, anyways, AFK. Don't go AFK. People keep calling me. Don't they realize I'm having a charity stream? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, this is cool. So here we are. My, just in case anybody's listening and is interested, my old work in Irvine was a training job. I was branch manager of a training facility. We taught Premiere, all the Adobe stuff, Avid, a lot of post-production stuff. So DaVinci and stuff. So they had a bunch of, computers, etc., etc. They furloughed me at the beginning of all this because obviously they shut down the branches for 3 months because of COVID, and also shut down the quarantines. Nobody was, even before all that, nobody was signing up for classes. A lot of people, like I remember I was working with one client. She had been trying to take a class, and it kept changing because her work kept changing their policy. And it got to a point where it was asking for online instruction only because her whole office was starting to transition to working from home. And so she had to deal with that. She worked in IT. So we did a lot of Apple stuff too, like Apple iOS stuff, certification. Anyways, so when all that happened, March, I got furloughed, and they said in 3 months they were opening back up, seeing how things were. And then I got a call that they were for sure just shutting down the branch. And so that's why my old boss is calling to see if I would help them facilitate closing the branch, selling it, getting everything out of there. So, if you are interested, I don't have a complete list right now. That's one of the things I have to put together. They're going to pay me per day for my work, up to 5 days of work, but they're also offering me a commission on whatever I sell. So,
Face me in single combat.
alright, so let's do that. Now I can go kill a boss. Let's go kill this boss. So because of that, I'm putting together, basically, it's a lot of Macs. I actually really thought, I really want to try to buy some of the Dell laptops that we had, but they want me to ship those back to New York. So, unfortunately, the Dells were really, really good. The Macs are pretty good too. They have some really, really good. We have the 27-inch ones. Those are pretty dope. And so, I'll let you guys know if you guys want to buy anything. I'll see how much they want to sell it for. I think they're gonna want to like have input on what they sell it at, what prices they have. Yeah, most certainly.
Other clans will see the error of their ways. Until then,
These bosses are really easy to kill because basically everybody needs it to complete the quest, so everybody else jumps on. And that's another thing that changed in the past, because these are all sort of like daily quests. Like you in the past, the dynamic was if you saw a mob in the world, if you hit it first, then you tagged it, and it was your mob. So no one else could attack it and kill it and get the loot, right? So, but now because these are all like world quests, essentially, when you attack one of these world quest mobs, it's not tagged. It's only tagged if it's the other faction. Horde can tag it, or Alliance can tag it. but within Alliance, it doesn't get tagged. So basically, everybody can jump on, and so you essentially have, even though you're not in a party, you basically have all these people helping you kill the same mob. So these things fall like crazy, fall really fast. Cool. Earl just logged. Yo. Hey, Cat. How's it going? I am an hour into my my stream. I started a little late, 12:30. So probably go to 6:30 ish today, maybe. I do have a phone call later, so we'll see. Pretty not a big phone call, but definitely an important call. Yeah. So welcome. Oh, you play WoW? What? Cat, you play WoW? How did we not know this? Holy shit. Well, Earl's about to log in. Do you want to... Oh, level 47. Yeah, we're all maxed at like 120. I mean, we are definitely thinking about like making our own alts and stuff. So, I mean, Earl's got like tons of, and then I know Jonathan, they all have different things. So, yeah, maybe we could figure out a way we can help turbo level you. What server are you on? We're Alliance, so are you Horde or Alliance? Yo. Check.
What is up?
What up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Kat just told me she just messaged me in Twitch chat. She plays WoW, but she's Horde.
Cat McGuire?
Yeah. So Cat, yeah, Strength and Cat.
Oh, right.
She's
Nice.
on my Twitch right now, so I say hello.
Yo, what up?
Yeah.
Oh, are you streaming right? Oh, you're streaming already. Shit.
Yeah. I'm streaming already. Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. Just FYI. Alright.
What's up?
Yeah. Streaming already. So, yeah. So, yeah. We are live. I started around 12:30. I was able to. Testify was actually acting up. It wouldn't. For some reason, would let me publish my campaign, and so I had to mess around with it. So, yeah. And then, of course, I couldn't sleep last night, so got a late start. It's all good.
I don't even know what time I slept last night.
Yeah. Right.
I think I played a little more Final Fantasy before I went to bed.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, I didn't stream it, but
Did you get anything good in your chest?
nah.
Yeah, I didn't really get anything good either. So, alright, yeah. So I just got a bunch of visions. Oh, this is the minor one. All right. You want to hit up Uldum?
Oh, I'm sure.
What do you want to do?
Either way. I
Because
mean,
I just finished Pandaria. So
Okay.
let's hit up Uldum. Clear that. Maybe we could do a vision or something. Yeah, Kat, if you make I'm not even kidding you, Kat. So when I came back, I don't know if you heard my story when I was talking about earlier. When I came back, I was actually Horde. I was hardcore horde. And that was one of the reasons why, like Earl and Jonathan and all our friends, my real life friends, they kept asking me to come back, but they were Alliance. And so I was just like, yo, this is hard for me. I go, one, it's like, if I come back, I'm going to be really addicted again. And then two, it's like, I'd have to switch to Horde, right? And I'm like,
Or Alliance.
Right, Alliance from Horde. And I'm like, yo, that just feels weird to me. It just feels so like, even though I haven't played in years, it just feels weird, right? And so, but then, you know, they kept talking and they kept asking me. And it was like everybody, all the dudes, like all the Pengeekery crew. So like back then, there was still Ed and Mark. They were part of the crew, on-set crew. And then there was Jonathan, who's, you know, he's not part of the crew, but he's like one of our good,
He was a guest.
good friend, guest. He's a good friend of Arnold and Ed and Mark and Earl. And then Earl played. So it was like all of this stuff. Yeah.
He kept on saying it like, hey, dude, it's like so easy to pick up now.
Yeah.
It's so easy to pick up.
They just kept working at me, dude, for the months, dude. Months.
Hey,
man.
we like, dude, we don't
Actually-
even play that much. We play like once a week, and then we just run a mythic. That's all we do.
And it was funny too because it was like now I even think about it. Actually, Ed was working on me like longer than that because I actually bought some of my computer parts from him, my hard drives, when he was working at Newegg. And even then, he was trying to convince me. He was convincing me to like, you know, to play. So like whatever that is, right? And then I was just like, yo, and then like, yeah. So Kat, yeah. If you came back. The good thing about if you did make a character, you can do like the boost up or whatever. You can start out like
when you buy this
110.
X pack.
Yeah, you buy the X pack or whatever. You come back and then what happens is like, so like this is not even my main character. I actually started at Death Knight and I leveled that. And then of course because of COVID, they made 100% XP. So like they're like, yeah, maybe you want to try Demon Hunter because I was doing good. Don't get me wrong, like it's just a complicated class. And then they're like, yeah, maybe try out a Demon Hunter. So I tried a Demon Hunter. I just fell in love with it. I just totally fell in love with it. But like I leveled on this character so fast because of the XP boost.
The catch-up mechanics, yeah.
The catch-up mechanics. And then because these guys, they just like, they would get on their mains and they would run me through things. And I'd get all this gear like so fast. And we're doing that for each other now too because like we're all starting different alts. So we're like running through things. So I mean, I'm not trying to like convince you whatever.
but
I was just
if you
saying, if you ever did and like you started on like on our server or at least like on either Earl server or my server.
Start on their server. Don't start on my server. It's horrible.
Sargarius and his alliance, like we could like turbo level you like no problem. And then you could be able to like run. You'd be able to run. Yeah, you'd be able to run in these dungeons and stuff with us, and like we'd be able to get your gear so fast. It would be It's crazy how fast. Like even, I mean, honestly, if you wanted DPS, like I mean, my Demon Hunter is pretty good, but like I was actually thinking about like doing healing just to help out the group dynamic, because sometimes people don't want to heal. All right, why am I heading? Okay, heading to Alden. Yeah.
You've never experienced dungeons in Wildcat? Oh my god. It's
Yeah, it's really
definitely,
cool. It's they're definitely harder in some ways than they were before. But even if you never experienced them before, then that's actually pretty good, because then you don't have to. You just learn these mechanics. You don't have to outlearn any other old mechanics, right? But yeah, just think about it. We'll keep talking. No pressure, but like, yeah, if you're playing again, and if you want to like have a group of people to like run with, that like we're all
just like random stuff.
Yeah,
we're all like geared right now, so
yeah, we're all really geared, so like really geared. It's crazy because even our alts are like really geared, so
we're not like mythic rating geared, but we're geared enough to do most content.
Yeah, we're starting to do like raids, jumping in like pugs, pickup groups,
right.
but like nothing. Yeah.
We don't have enough people. We don't have enough people for a run.
So, and that was one of the things we thought about too. I was even thinking about making like a Pangeekery guild,
Right.
and then recruiting people because I have talked in the past. I have talked to some of our when I was streaming WoW. There's a bunch of some of our followers came in and said, "Hey, yeah, I play WoW," and I was like, "Yeah, are you? Where are you? Or are you?"
I'm in Oldham. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna do the minor vision. You want to do the minor vision?
Let's do. I think I'm like I'm pretty close to you right now.
Yeah. Can we can go in as a group, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Actually, I don't know for sure, but
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure we can. But we'll see. Yeah, it's. I mean, the good thing is you already started playing WoW, so you kind of know at least the basics. So there's all these other things too, but and like you said, there's no pressure. But yeah, you just think about it. If you get to a point where like you want to do some of the high end stuff, and then yeah, you can always stream it too. I'm trying to get these guys like thinking about streaming some of our mythic runs.
Yeah,
It's part of,
I
like,
did back in the day, but
It's
like,
part of our it's part of our Pangeekery schedule. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah,
I was actually
thanks
thinking
for
about streaming
joining.
our mythic run on Saturday.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too, especially for this.
Okay, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go in the minor vision right about 3, 2, 1. Being on different servers, if you switch factions, yeah, I think it's gonna stay on your server. The only thing is, I mean, we can still play with each other like over different servers. It doesn't matter, like in terms of running mythic dungeons and all that stuff, content with people, as long as you group. The only thing is, like, if you're on different servers, you can't trade gold or items. I don't even know what I'm doing. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, we're supposed to rescue the guys.
Oh, I see. Kill.
This dude. Oop. I'll go this way. You go that way. Oh wait, we gotta be kind of close to each other, right?
No, we should be.
Did you just rescue one? See, I didn't get that one.
Yeah. I think we're both in. We gotta get
yeah,
it different.
close.
Let's go pull everything.
So
Did you get that one?
Yeah, I got that one. Oh yeah, I got the other one too. Okay, I guess it just didn't pop up. It's a cat. I was starting.
Oh,
to
you're
tell-
on Tyke? Cat, Tyke was my original server back in the day. I was Horde on Tyke, like when WoW started.
My Horde Warlock is on Hyjal, so eventually I want to get back to that guy, but we'll see.
I have an Orc warrior on Tyke.
So, Kat, do you play with anybody currently, like real life friends, or is that why you get back into it?
Twilight Devastation.
Dude, that's crazy, man. Oh, there's one over there. All right, 5 of 8. You got 5 of 8?
Yeah. Let's bring these guys real quick.
6 of 8. He said Gushing Moon is up. Should I get Gushing Moon?
that mother. I don't know.
Yeah,
Dude,
no.
I mean,
'Cause my corruption's pretty high already, dude.
Ed, like you looked at that
chart.
that Dracula's
Yeah.
chart here that Ed posted.
Yeah, Gushing Moon is like number 2, basically.
I think I'm waiting
It's like
for.
the Lashing Void, which was the weapon, and then
Right.
Gushing Moon is like the second highest like DPS.
Got it.
So,
I'm waiting for Lashing Void. I think 3.
but isn't it like you can only get it through a weapon, or
I don't know.
all right? Are we good?
I have no idea. Need one more.
One more.
Spectrix got me free trial and decided
Okay.
by a month. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what level are you on?
She's at 40, I think.
Oh, 40.
Yeah, I'm good. That was 8, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, Cat, just, think about it. I mean, if you want to play with Spectres, it's kind of hard to, like, split time. But if you do want to come to
44 blood.
to our server and create an alliance, character, we could easily, like, there's plenty of us. There's at least 5 of us that play that are in our group. So, and we might get more too. And then the thing is, like, those guys too, they're part of guilds on these servers. So there's times when, like, we grab people from there too.
Still got to work on Homer, man.
Yeah,
Homer,
I
if you're
talked
out there,
to-
dude.
I talked to Homer. He's like, yeah, he started playing drums and guitar and all that stuff. So,
Yeah.
all right, which one do you want to?
All right, being responsible with your time.
Let's go. Let's do Citizen Freed. That's all the way down there. So on the way there, we can probably kill like rares. Yeah. Lost and
Sure.
Tormented, Ramacon, Citizen Freed. Oh wait, there's a banner. Oh nope. Ord got it. Yeah, and it's on a PvP server. So
With
it's not part of the quest. Alright.
wait, where are you
44
headed?
Blood Elf Mage to Lost and Tormented. There's a loud noise outside.
There's an achievement to have both. Interesting. See, I didn't even know this. I started. I played that Orc Warrior for maybe the first, most of vanilla, and then my artistic director of my improv group, Mark, he started playing WoW as well, and I was like, oh no, this is bad. And then we started playing. We played the end of vanilla and all through BC. I think some of Wrath as well. Oh no, all the way through Cataclysm together.
Really?
Yeah.
On Horde?
On no, that he made, because he's what made me switch to Alliance and switch to a Care Bear server. Because yeah, because I think he was he joined
Did you get
the
that?
server I'm on right now.
Did you get that by
No.
the way? Oh, you
No,
didn't
no.
get that? Okay. I'll wait for you.
He joined the server I am on now, like with a bunch. I want to say it's a bunch of theater or like East West players people.
Okay.
Can't remember. But yeah.
Twilight Devastation is like one-shotting dudes.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's definitely an achievement to do both. I would say, yeah, just trust. And it really is like, it's funny because like now I'm like using the same sales pitch that they use on me to other people.
Like, dude, it's easy. We'll like run you through stuff.
Yeah, because I've lived through it now. It's like, yeah, it's so like the progression and getting gear and all that stuff is like, it's so much easier, you know, with like a group of friends that are like really geared and know the game. Like Jonathan knows the game. Like I often tell him, like, dude, you should work for Blizzard. Like, you could be a good game dev. Like honestly, he just knows the game so well. Like the game mechanics, like all the characters. Like it's crazy how much knowledge he has. It really is crazy. So, and I used to play with I used to play with some really hardcore players back in the day, and he's up there as far as just like knowledge.
Yeah, John is definitely up there.
And so yeah, so that's the other good thing about like playing with people that are experienced, right? Is like they know the game, so they can teach you it, and you don't have to learn on your own.
I was following the wrong demon hunter.
Right, there's 66 for me. Do you need one more?
Yeah, I need one more. I saw, I was just following the demon hunter, and I realized I was like, wait, Rodney doesn't have that mount.
I think it's per server, actually. So technically, you could have a lot. So per server, I think, yeah, it's like 8.
8. Well,
Yeah. So technically, you could have like, if you started one on the other server, you got that.
yeah.
I need 2 more
Okay.
banners.
Okay.
There's one.
Like how many
get
characters you can have?
Yeah,
on-
that's what she's asking.
Oh, on per server you can have. I think it's 10 now.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, because I have 10 on this server.
Yeah,
Or
10 on
something
this
like
server. Okay.
Yeah, I have 10 tunes. They're not like.
Not max, whatever. There's 2.
Yeah, I have 5 that are like
Alright, 66,
100
you
and
got that?
over.
Did
Yeah.
you get that? Okay. You want to check if that one named is over here?
Sure.
Oh shoot, wrong map.
What was that?
What was that?
No,
Very
ducks on
similar.
stream.
That was on the screen.
I'm just gonna create a supercut of me farting on the stream.
Oh shoot, what am I doing? Oh yeah, let's go check and see if that.
Oh, we're looking for the named, right? There's one outside here.
Normally, right? Isn't that guy he's inside that building?
Spirit Drinker.
Yeah. Where you at?
Right here.
Okay, I see you. Yeah. How's everything else going, Kat? How's the first week of being affiliate treating you?
I know, isn't that exciting? I'm so excited. Just can't hide it. I'm a little bro. I like it. I like it.
Dang. I almost beat you.
You know, dude. You and your weapon.
Nice. Oh yeah, so I'll tell you a story. This is how cool running with those guys is. So, Jonathan, our friend that we were talking
Yeah,
about,
you can make several characters in Cat.
he his main character, his main is his rogue. His main is so geared, like he just does so much damage, right? So anytime like he needs to get into a group, he can, because people are like, yeah, they realize he's like a really, really valuable asset to have on their quest or whatever, right? So I was actually looking for this weapon that's perfect for my character, but it was only in a raid, and so this raid was like, I don't know, you have to have at least 10 people to do this. But also it was heroic, so you had to be at a certain armor level. They call it eye level. And so me and him joined because I was trying to farm this weapon. I've done it only like 2 or 3 other times. And then so me and him joined, and we're like, we got into one, and we actually got into one where we were right at the boss where the weapon dropped. And then so we get in, and the first attempt on it, we wiped, and it wasn't my fault. It was like the tank's fault, and but we did pretty well. We got to like 40%, and then we dropped, and I was actually in the top 10 of DPS, so I was doing pretty well. And it was actually, there was probably almost 20 people in the raid at that time, so I was in top 10 of DPS, so that was fine. So we wiped. We came back. The second attempt, because I had never really done this before. There's a thing that I got this buff where like I was supposed to stay with the group, but like I moved outside of the group, and essentially I killed the whole raid, like half the raid. And everybody's like, just they're singing out, and they're like,
This
"What
fucking DH.
idiot? What is this? The kick!" And everybody's like, "Kick this guy, kick him, just kick whoever did that." They're like, "Yeah, there was two people actually. There was me and this other person that did it." And they're like, "Kick him, just kick those people." And then we were both on disc, and John was like, "Oh, did they kick you?" I was like, "Well, not yet, not yet." And then finally, like, "Oh, they kicked me. They kicked me from the raid." So it's like, "Oh, no big deal." You know, and I apologized to John. I was like, "Dude, sorry, man. I'm like a noob." He messages the guy because he was like,
John fucking flexed on him.
yeah, he flexed on it because he had basically he was top in DPS. He was number one in DPS, and like by a long shot.
Oh shit! I fucking finished
What was that?
the assault already.
Did you? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
me too. Shit. Yeah, I guess we were just time flies. Alright, we gotta kill that boss now.
Yeah. But yeah,
So-
John. So,
so
John
John-
like bitched.
So
Yeah.
John flexes in the radio, and he basically says, "Hey man," he like made an excuse for me. He's like, "Yeah, man." He's like, his setup wasn't right. He thought he had the one talent and he didn't have it, and all this stuff. And then he also basically said, he's like, "Yeah, look, dude, he's with me." He's like, "If
Yeah,
you
yeah.
want me to stay in the raid, you need to add him back." And so, and the thing is,
Ah,
like,
fuck, we just missed it.
oh, okay, it's all good. I'll be over there. Yeah, and he's like, "Yeah, if you want me to stay in the raid and to complete this, like, you need to add him back." So he adds me back. And he finally adds me back, and we just laugh. We're just laughing, right? We're like, "Fuck, dude, he totally flexed. He totally flexed, right?" And it's like, and then, because these are just strangers. They have no idea. Like, they have no idea who I am. Like, you know, they have no idea who John is, but they just saw that, like, he's all geared and he was, like, leading in DPS. And so we go, and then on the third attempt, like, I still died, but it was like I died closer to the end. And then,
Right.
but we were able to kill him. We were able to kill the raid boss. And then the weapon that I wanted dropped for me.
Then you got your fucking
And I got
BIS
that.
weapon.
Yeah. And
Damn
then,
it, dude.
And then also, like, a really good trinket. So, like, I was basically like,
And you got a trink?
yeah, I didn't tell you.
Son of a bitch.
I'll link it to you.
What the fuck, dude?
Because the weapon was my bonus weapon.
Oh, got it.
The weapon was my bonus weapon. And then,
Dude, I've been using the same weapon and like trink for like almost all of season 4 so far.
it was crazy. Man.
Alright. Watch the circles. It doesn't even matter really anymore. We're like so OP. Oh shit. Here. I got you.
I already used my cape.
Just gotta watch the circles. Have some heals.
Goddamn corruption.
How much corruption are you earning?
That's fucking
No one fucking wonder.
It's pumping like crazy. Jeez.
Empire wanes.
Alright.
You
Damn, Eleanor. Yeah, I probably could have stayed in more, but I had to pop out all the time because of corruption. And I used my cape already, too.
Right. Yeah. It's crazy you're running 59.
Yeah,
See you later,
I gotta
cat.
do vision.
Thanks for stopping by.
Sargarius. So him too. Oh shit, I got killed by the...
You got killed?
The flying things.
I get you.
Sorry, that's not his fault, right? That's not his fault.
Yeah.
Wait, why am I...
The Mad Titan.
Oh,
Are you? Where's your? Oh, there you are. I got you. Where's your body?
I flew... Oh, there.
My body,
just get out of here.
oh, your body, babe.
Oh, thank you.
Your
believe
body, oh,
that flying
your
thing.
body, babe.
Want to run a vision?
Sure.
I think I'll do WoW until like 3 and then switch to Valorant.
It's your body, babe. All over my body, babe. You're
Hey,
flying, right?
thanks, Cat. Yeah, I think that's just the right spelling, but if not, just
Yeah, that's
I'll
right.
say it. And then
Sorry, Garrus.
let's just turn in and then head to keep.
Son of a bitch.
Because I want to get my resistance
Not
down,
waste my time.
so I don't have to like switch out. Because Jonathan was like, yeah, just take your minor, your lower TD out. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that.
May ram to hand
But then again, maybe if I take out the minor TD and then get the gushing wound,
Right.
I'll have to sim it and see what. Thanks for joining, Cat. Thank you for joining my chat. I'll be here all week.
See you later, cat. All over my body, babe.
What's the app that or overlay that Patricia was using to get all the chats overlaid between
Oh, I don't know.
YouTube,
I don't-
Facebook, and
Yeah, I don't know what he's using. I know. I think he's using XSplit for to stream, but I don't know what overlay he's using. I don't even know what bot he's using.
well, I think he's using Restream for sure to do that.
Oh, he's using Restream. Okay,
because that's the one that allows you to do 3 at a time.
right. See, we can't do that. Well, at least
Friend of the grumble.
Pangeekry can't do that.
We can't do that. Yeah, because
Yeah.
we're affiliates. So it's
Yeah.
against the TOS.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm checking. There's other quests, but screw it.
Screw it. We got our coalition. Our
Did you get
coalescing
cash?
visions. I did.
Where's my cash?
I'm flying to the sword.
Where is the cash?
I'm flying to Tashalak.
Did I get it? Hold on.
All over my face.
Yeah, 445 legs. Nah, no thank you. Alright.
All that stuff just gets
Yeah, it's
scrapped
just
anyway.
scrapped. Fly to the sword. Yeah, I was trying to get that installed too. I'll get that for sure.
The what?
Because I think I found it. There's like a chat function where it shows you all three. I'll get that going. Yeah, like I said, I'm here all week.
All week.
When we raise it, but that's the goal. We'll see. Hopefully, yeah. Does anybody join me or anybody's here? I am streaming from today till 6 o'clock, 6 hours each day, and possibly more. Part of the reason why I'm only doing 6 hours each day is because at night Pangeekry has stuff that we're doing, our regular streams, and so I don't want to conflict with that because I I need to also kind of help with that as well, mod or just be production. And so I didn't want to interfere with that schedule. But I also wanted to stream a good portion of each day this week and to help raise funds for Black Lives Matter. So Colors of Change is the organization that I'm raising money for. And my goal is... Wait, where did I flew the wrong place. Wait, no, I didn't. There I am. My goal is $846 for this whole week. If I can raise that, that would be awesome. And honestly, whatever we raise or whatever I raise is
Right.
something, and it's going to be good. But the reason why I put $846 as the goal was it's $1 for every
Second.
second, or it was 800. It was 8 minutes and 46 seconds that
Right.
George Floyd had a cop's knee on his neck. So I want to raise money for that. And it's a very, very worthy cause because change is needed. And a lot of changes happening, man. Like overnight, a lot of really, really cool, amazing things are happening. Why am I not finding the camp? Why am I... am I flying the wrong way? Yeah. So yeah, thanks for joining. If you are joining, if you're watching or you watch later, it's on the VOD. The link should be in the description of where to donate to. It's the first time really actively using Tiltify. I did sign up with it before when we did our charity stream for autism. But this is the first time really fully using it. I'm also using Restream.io, so it's difficult. So I'll probably have to make like a more visible button on all my pages, but I am learning as I go. So why am I like lost?
Are you signed in on
Fine.
Pengeekree? Oh, you are signed in on Pengeekree right now.
Well, right now, yeah, which is weird. I don't know why. On my laptop, I am. That's what I mean.
Got it.
Yeah, my laptop. Over here, I'm under mine. Where are you? I'm just flying
I'm
around. Like I'm
in the heart.
Why am I? Why can't I find the? Why can't I find the camp?
It is always on. I know it's hard. It's on the. Wait, you should be like right above it. Actually, it is west northwest of the camp of the sword.
Alright. I is dumb.
I'm just gonna drop burritos in chat because I can. Dude, I'm thinking about turning this into a t-shirt.
Dude, you totally should, dude. Totally should.
I just wanted a t-shirt. There are companies that do that, right? Stream merch or some shit like that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, even Stream Elements.
Oh, right, on Stream Elements.
Stream Elements, they have like a merch store. So
That's
saw
right.
that. So I'm gonna try to look into that for Pengeekree.
I just want my emote on a t-shirt.
So yeah, I don't have to rush buying it now, right? Because it's gonna be there for at least the next few days.
What?
The gushing wounds.
Oh, yeah, it'll be there for the rest of the week at least.
So echoing void, hone mind, deadly momentum, gushing wound.
Let me view
Your damaging spells and abilities have a chance to cause your tracker to ooze blood, dealing 182 damage for over 7 seconds. And it's 15 corruption.
Infinite stars.
Infinite stars is there?
I think that's a level 2 though.
50 corruption.
Yeah.
So this.
Yeah, it's level
so
2.
this gushing wound is only level 1 then. Because if it's only 15 corruption.
No, it depends. Like each corruption. Well, I don't know. I don't know what the tiers are for gushing wounds. Because each type of corruption has different tiers of, you know.
Yeah.
Like IS and TD both are 25, 50, 75. I don't know what gushing wounds are.
Speak your mind. Every action has
Alright.
consequences.
You good?
Mental
You ready?
mind. Yeah.
Do you want to? How many masks do you have?
Dude, I don't even know, honestly. I not like paid attention to any of that. I might not have any.
Well, that's fine because I tried to solo it with 2 masks the other day and I failed. The corruption was just too much.
Right.
So I have 3 masks. It should show you right here. If you have.
Now fallen to the void. A staging.
So yeah.
Matt faceless mask with pained.
Okay, you have that one right.
In her mind.
I see. So I've done Long Night and I've done Burn Bridge already.
Okay.
What's Daredevil?
So yeah, it should be like red. The skull should be like red.
I'm gonna do this one.
How many masks? Yeah, I'm gonna do Burn
I'm
Bridge.
just gonna do.
Just do both me and you do Burn Bridge. Then if we both have Burn Bridge,
Oh,
I don't even quite know the dynamic. How that all works.
I picked up Burn Bridge. Yeah, I did.
Don't do
Okay.
long night. Long night sucks.
Long Night sucks ass.
All right.
It's the only one I remember for sure.
Okay. Let's go. This is.
Yeah. So far left, and then
You gotta
gonna do
check
the
for
long-
that guy too, right? For the left.
oh yeah. You know, oh shit. That's right. Fuck.
What's your cape at now?
15.
Oh yeah, so we should be fine. Do this.
Please.
I don't know why. When it said Stormwind, I was like, oh, so we're gonna go to Thrall in my head.
Yeah. Cool. What time did you get out there?
What's up?
What time did you get out?
Fuck, dude. I got up like
Can
at
we
8.
go? I think I remember there was like a buff over here.
You're right. I don't remember where it is.
I think it's in one of these areas. One of these little. Okay.
Fuck.
Is he in there?
There's a bear. I don't know if that's it.
Alright, we're supposed to get a buff. Can you believe
I'm assuming I have it.
Burritos, man. You just totally get that on your shirt, man. Yeah, you should totally get that on your shirt. Let's check in here. See. I think that's. He said red gets you. What is this guy do? I don't know. I think the bear is the one that gives the buff.
I have no idea. I was not paying attention.
Yeah, is that my teammate? Jeez.
Alright, gonna pull to mini boss, yeah.
Or over here. Jeez.
Time to die.
Damn. That was 134 on the fight. What the trinket and
Bombs.
this is the one that bounces you around. Right?
Yeah.
Did you see that EMF from the key?
Yeah. Tell you that.
Oh yeah, what are you talking about?
I'm down. missing one?
Over here. I get it. Keeps here. 108.
Yeah, missing one.
The chest area.
Honestly, I got it.
You see it?
Ready? Let's do it.
You like to play with explosives, do you? Then let's play.
Fuck yeah. Shaw.
Yeah.
I'll destroy the forge to ensure
Noise. Dude, my Insanity's still full.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, we should put this away. But I always forget about these rats here.
Escaped. Find her. I want her dead before you
Got me crazy.
Yeah, I gotta get this corruption down. That's another reason why I was like, alright, I was like waiting to like do the visions again because I'm like, but now that I have this other weapon, I'm like, yeah, I need to freaking for sure get my. Oh jeez, corruption again. Nice. What's the highest you ever got DPS wise on MMO?
Oh, dude, I don't even know.
Oh shit.
God damn it.
Might have to take that off, dude. It's just too much. It's just brought me too much. Maybe I'll take him down for the boss.
Word. There's so much stuff on my screen now, dude. With all these mods. Like, Oh, yeah. 'Cause I know you did the bar one, right?
yeah, it's helped though. It's really helped. The bar. 'Cause now I know like exactly which one to.
Time or the gate won't open.
Oops. Same time, right? 1, 2, 3.
The keys need to be used at the
Damn
same time.
it.
Same
The
time.
gate won't open.
Alright, one more time.
Wait. 1, 2, 3, go.
Nice.
Shaw, let's
Fucking Shaw. Back to the eyes. Fuck hell. Where is it?
Oh, we use a portal, right?
Yeah.
Dude, we're still like, I haven't even like, Cape is still Sanity's still high.
I know, it's nuts. You have gift on yet?
Yeah, I have gift. I have gift.
Spell bitch.
Which section should we do? This one. Right?
Yeah.
Will never forsake the light.
Foolish paladin, the light has abandoned you. Embrace the void.
Scorched feet on Eleanor. Hey, you three, come here.
Oop, I bumped into the boss.
On.
You know the one I don't like in this one is the mage one. Having to find all those
The ma-
portals.
Yeah, it's the slowest one to the mage quarter.
Yeah, mage portal.
Alright. Boss. Gosh, my cooldowns are gone.
You know?
Forgot about them. Run.
I'm stunned. Stunned and silenced. Good combination. What's the red one again?
Which one?
The red vials. Oh.
I don't remember. I think they're different.
Yeah, the different colors. I forget which ones are which.
Ah, God damn it.
I mean,
It's
color.
tentacle. Yeah, it's a tentacle. Come on. Show yourself.
Jesus. Why are we still in combat? It's dangerous.
These tentacles, yeah.
Here, let's do all this stuff to make it really, really hard for you to just move around.
That's totally what this is. How hard can we make mobility? How much crap can we put on the ground? Combat. Well, this guy.
Like that one? What else is there? Two more?
There's two more. There's one right here, and then there should be one in the back.
Check the other area. No? Oh, here it is. Ah, wait, one more?
Yeah, the understanding
Oh, there it
is.
goes. I had that song stuck in my head, dude.
Which
Billie
song?
Eilish song.
Gonna pretend I know who that is. I'm just kidding. I know who that is.
Billie Eilish.
I know. Really, Eyebash.
Yeah, teeny proc and then
I love that. Hit something.
yeah, it's something. Just here. I'm actually giving some thought to like farming for that corrupted white mount. Oh jeez, that hurt.
It's corrupted now?
It's like 100,000 corrupted mementos. And you know, it's like a B.
Oh man, did you just die?
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I had the what's it called?
She
The
dead.
talent, yeah. And the corruption, yeah. Just
I hate
here.
this. Oh wow, my fear.
There's a portal.
My
over
fear
there.
does. My fear tome doesn't.
Doesn't
dispel.
work? It doesn't dispel it?
Yeah, that was weird. Oh shit.
We got this. We have 5.
I need to target something first.
Over here. He's stunned right in your corruption. Sucks, dude.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Where's the other one?
But over here. I'm right outside that room we were in.
I'm gonna turn around.
Shit.
Where are you?
Oh. You remember, you know that when we killed that portal guy inside the house?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go through that house. There you are.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's another reason why I don't like this fucking games, dude.
Totally what it is. Alright. Let's go to the tower. Oh, do you need
Yeah, we probably need to use a word.
Okay.
Oh, you're good though, huh? I probably need to use a word. Let's get up there. I'm gonna use a word. What the? How are we getting feared while we're doing the word?
Ready?
Yeah, ready.
You can imagine.
Oh, so close.
Oh, yeah. Bastard.
Keep falling over, bitch.
Nice. There's a portal in here too. That's it, right? We just gotta do boss.
That's it. You grab this chest, I guess, if you want. This is so like easy with at this level.
Yeah, it's pretty
Mask.
easy. It's so easy.
Oh, it's good.
Chest,
Let's-
chest right here.
Let's kill Olivia. Oh shit!
What? What?
I didn't have my lightning shield up this entire time,
What?
like a moron.
Ready? Are you inside already?
Yeah, I'm inside already.
Okay.
Starting the RP.
All right.
Ready?
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2.
And... Oh Lord! What? Silenced and stunned. Good job.
Oh yeah, the servitude chains. Die.
Thank you. Jeez. Alright. Cool.
Yay.
Nice. Nice,
Okay.
clear.
Take solace.
Complete
in
all
knowledge that
objectives
you'll
in
never come.
any phase.
Oh, I got another mask. Sweet.
I also got Faceless Mask of Pain.
And... No.
$450.
I have all 5 now, I think.
Oh shit. Nice.
Cool. Let's see the
Oh, shit.
damage.
Yeah, I got a few as well.
How do you do all the whole time? Or is it only going by the last mob details?
You so on details you see there's a skull, then a gear, and then it looks like a note page.
Yeah.
So just mouse over that, and then click on it and go to overall data. Or current
On the skull?
instead of current. No. See, there's a skull, and then 2 icons over
the
is
notepad.
yeah.
Click on that.
So click on that, and then go to overall.
Oh. Oh, it's showing. Okay.
I guess it doesn't. Well,
yeah,
it doesn't.
it doesn't do
get like.
visions. Yeah. It's showing me the other. Okay. No worries.
Oh well.
Oh well.
Quest discovered. Faceless Mask of the Pained. Faceless Mask of Dark Imagination.
Cool.
Imagination.
Alright, we gotta leave.
Come
now,
with
right?
me. Come with me. Out of your imagination. Mask with burned bridge. Oh, it's a cosmic.
Yeah, that's cool. So if anybody's joining us, we just finished a anybody's viewing. Thank you. I obviously, like I said, I know that on my personal accounts I don't have too much of a following. If I don't actually have any following at all, but this is being streamed to my Facebook, and I have quite a few Facebook friends. So hopefully people are tuning in. I am trying to raise money for Color of Change, Black Lives Matter organization. It's doing really good things into helping work for systemic change within, against police brutality and amongst other black themed issues. So, for instance, Jennifer Aniston just raised $1 million for Color of Change yesterday, or either raised or donated some of her own money. Yeah. So, if Rachel from Friends is in on it, you can be too, right? So, ooh, do you want to run? What do you want to? I think I'll do till 3. Well, it's 2:48 now.
I can probably put more corruption on my too now.
Let me do. Yeah, I gotta use that thing, right, to get more resistance.
I don't have any good. Well, what's this?
Right,
Puts me at 60
59.
corruption, 77 corruption.
Okay, so that puts me at 56 corruption. So I basically had to do 2 more runs of that to get below 50. Or, dang, I'd have to do a lot. So yeah, I think Jonathan's right. I might have to switch out one of these pieces. Not cleanse it, but just switch it out. So maybe on my bracers, because bracers is TD1. But I'm wondering. Okay, so this other corruption has 470.
If I do 1 infinite stars.
And are you thinking about buying?
What's up?
You can put it on anything, right?
Anything that you haven't cleansed already.
You haven't cleansed already.
Yeah, like if you have previously cleansed an item, you can't put corruption on it.
Okay. I'm wondering if I should. I'll ask Jonathan. But maybe I'll get like. I don't have any other bracers that have no crap. Oh, yeah, I guess. That's interesting. Man, WoW has become so. Become such a. You have to know so much.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a lot you have to do.
We meet again, champion.
Yeah, see this guy. I'm trying to get. I might farm this. I know it's gonna be. That's fucking a lot, but it might be cool to farm that mount. Dude, you need 100,000 corrupted mementos.
Jesus.
Farm
That's
that,
like-
dude. That's
I don't
crazy.
even know how many runs that is.
That's so many.
I haven't really
runs,
checked like on average how many mementos I get per run.
Yeah. We get mementos other places too, though, right?
Yeah.
Something like the minor visions, like stay in the minor vision and just like farm the minor vision, you know?
Right. So I got maybe 2,000 corrupted mementos off this run.
Yeah.
That's still like 50 runs.
Yeah. I mean, I'm at 5,000 right now, and I really have nothing to like. I don't have anything to really in the tree anymore. I mean, I guess I could get Vision Hunter, like some of the other ones that I skipped over, but nah.
Right.
I think I'm just gonna farm. We'll see. I'll see how
Wicked,
like what
wicked
kind of
swarmer.
rate I could make. You know what I mean?
Right.
And see what kind of like dent I can make into it. But that'll be interesting. There's still no word on like when Shadowlands is coming out, huh?
Yeah, keep that shit in the dark, it seems, until it just drops on our faces. Makes us all cry. and then all the shit that we worked for is gone, and we're walking again. And I'm not even like scrapping a lot of stuff. I just rather I would have the gold at this point.
I think I'm gonna take a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna switch to Valorant.
Valorant.
Yeah. I need to make
Valorant.
I need to make a new. Let's see if I can make another Stream Elements overlay for Valorant.
Right.
There's some really cool ones, man. I just didn't have time to get them out. There's a bunch of free ones.
Yeah, I see him on Stream Elements.
Yeah, but even
I was looking at
there,
them.
there's some really cool ones.
Like on like third party
No,
ones,
like
other
on
ones.
like on YouTube, there's a bunch of like these creators that are offering like free ones.
Oh no shit.
Yeah. So
I know I was looking at the ones on Stream Elements. I'm like, I like some of these, but like,
they're not quite there, right?
yeah, yeah,
You know.
they're like too much, or they're like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, I guess that's on purpose too, right? Like the really good stuff they want you to buy.
Right. And then I'm like, fuck, dude, am I just gonna have to design my own thing?
Yeah.
Because I mean, the ones that we're using for like PG, it's not really like
No.
animated or it's
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
not- yeah, yeah.
it's I threw it together because I was like, oh
Yeah.
shit, we needed something.
Yeah, exactly. So do
Even mine
more-
was like I just threw it together. 'cause
We do
I
some.
needed
There's some pretty dope ones, man. I'm like, dude, there's like some really dope ones. Like you could just learn from it. So
I was trying to do yesterday, like looking at Stream Elements, like just figuring out like what it is, like how they do it. Is it CSS or like, you know, whatever, it's HTML? It's
yeah,
probably CSS mostly, but
cool.
yeah, man. All right, I'm going to take a break as well.
Dude, thanks,
I'm
man.
going to be streaming at 5.
Are you? What are you streaming?
30. Today is it's Knights of the Old Republic Day, so
Nice.
yeah.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Is this one? KOTOR.
That's what it is, KOTOR.
So you beat it before, like when it first came.
Dude, I've beaten it. This is probably like my 12th or 13th time playing it. I played it a lot. I played it a lot in the past. Because I definitely, like when it first came out and it was on Xbox, I beat it like, I want to say at least 6 times back in the day. Because I wanted to see like all the different possible like story differences, depending on light side, dark side, you know, male, female, what kind of Jedi you picked, all that shit. And then I learned that there, because I was on Xbox, and I learned on the PC version there are two more worlds that you get, or something like that. Or there's an extra world that's not in the Xbox version, and there's 2 extra like unlockable lightsaber crystals that you can only get on the PC version. So then I did that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's
I
weird
beat
how
it
they
another couple times that way.
incentivize, like, they incentivize different platforms, right?
Right.
To do things.
So yeah, this is one of many playthroughs. But yeah. All right, dude.
Hi, man. Thanks, dude.
I will see you later.
And we stream along till about 6.
Cool.
And again
Have a
tomorrow.
good rest of stream.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
All right.
Dude, thanks,
Later,
man.
man.
Later.
Peace.
Let's see. Let's get going on. Let's go back to Morales. Let's log out. Let me take a little bit of a break. Let me make a stream elements thing real quick though. For Valorant. This is the one I want to do. Don't know. Yeah, I guess I'll do this one. Do. Browser. $19.20.